afternoon. Welcome. Thank you for joining us today to celebrate 5 outstanding individuals being inducted into the Iowa Volunteer Hall of Fame and 4 others who are inspiring the next generation with an Excellence in Mentoring Award. Her historic service as the first female governor of Iowa, she has demonstrated her unequivocal commitment in supporting volunteerism, mentorship, and their positive impacts in Iowa communities. From signing proclamations to giving awards at ceremonies and taking the time to meet with volunteers across the state, Governor Reynolds has championed the efforts of volunteers since day one of taking office. Please join me in welcoming Governor Kim Reynolds.
Well, good afternoon, and Leah, thank you for that very nice introduction and for your leadership on the Commission of Volunteer Service. And a special thank you to Volunteer Iowa for sponsoring these awards and planning this event. And Adam, thank you for your leadership role in all that you do to encourage volunteering in the state of Iowa. Really appreciate it. The Lieutenant Governor and I would like to be the first to congratulate our 9 honorees this afternoon. Today, we're here to celebrate each of you and to shine the light on the people and causes that inspire others to serve. To be a volunteer and mentor is a genuine gift of oneself. It's what makes Iowa great, and it's the basis for our character. Time and time again, your actions have spoken much louder than words, and now each of your names will be included on plaques in your honor. Since the Iowa Volunteer Hall of Fame was established in 1989, 178 names, including yours, have been engraved. While the plaques are placed on permanent display at the State Historical Museum, the impact that you've made will always be felt within your hometowns. It's your legacy to others. To the mentors who are with us, you exemplify both the spirit and the positive impacts of mentoring. You send a powerful message to the young people who you've befriended. Your interest in their lives say, "I care." Those words, together with your time and insight, are changing the course of their lives. The 9 individuals honored today have collectively contributed their time and talents for 197 years and counting. They've started nonprofits serving Iowa's most vulnerable citizens and opened doors to women in traditionally male-dominated trades. They've used their skills and knowledge in finance to educate others, and they've enriched their communities through small and large-scale projects. They've made their neighborhoods better places to live, work, and raise a family. And collectively, they've made Iowa an even better place for future generations. So thank you for your generosity. Lastly, I know if I asked our honorees why they chose to serve, awards or recognitions would not be their answers. They lend a hand because they saw a need, they filled a need, and they did it because it's the right thing to do. Yet the individuals that we acknowledge today didn't reach their achievements alone. And so that's why we'd also like to express appreciation to all of the family and friends and colleagues that are here to honor and award our recipients. I applaud everyone here today, and you do serve as a shining example of why Iowa is such an incredible place filled with unlimited opportunities and caring people. So congratulations, and it's an honor for the Lieutenant Governor and I to be here and honor you for what you've done in volunteering. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you, Governor. I am happy to share the podium today with Jay Wright, who will make a few remarks and announce the recipients of the Excellence in Mentoring Awards. Jay?
I'm Jay Wright, the Iowa Region Coordinator for Teammates Mentoring and a member of the Iowa Mentoring Partnerships Provider Board. I'm proud that Volunteer Iowa supports the Iowa Mentoring Partner Links to Links by volunteering as an e-mentor for 8 years, serving on the advisory committee and providing job shadows for students in the program. Jenny is a perfect example of a volunteer who prioritizes the needs and wants of those she is serving and supporting. Jenny was nominated and selected for the Excellence in Mentoring Award because of her commitment, consistency, passion, and positive encouragement that she's instilled in all of her mentees. Let's give a well-deserved congratulations to Jenny. Our next recipient is Isabel Haas from Storm Lake. Isabel has been mentoring with the BV Buddies Stars Storm Lake Mentoring for 2 years now, but the impact she has made has been deep and everlasting for both her and her mentee, Sally, for the BV Buddies program. A junior at Buena Vista University, Isabel has much in common with her mentee, Sally. They are two peas in a pod. They share a passion for dancing, playing games with their own unique rules, and sharing a competitive spirit. Isabel has also helped Sally develop more confidence in herself as a unique, intelligent, and capable individual. Even more, Isabel has instilled into Sally the important life lesson about one's self-worth and being comfortable with who you are. Isabel has also grown during her time with Sally in the BV Buddies program. Being a part of the program has even inspired a greater desire to become more involved with community service. Isabel became the student coordinator with the BV Buddies program during her first year in the program. She recruits and trains mentors, ensuring the program is following best practices. She also arranges campus visits for all mentees. Isabel has helped to bring consistency to the student group at BVU and is always willing to do whatever it takes for the group to be successful. She's incredibly caring and compassionate to everyone she works with, as well as her mentee. Please help me to congratulate Isabel for her dedication to mentoring. Our next award recipient is Evie Reyes from Slater. Evie Reyes has been mentoring with the YSS Ballard since its inception in 1999, dedicating herself to mentor young children for 20 years. During this time, Evie has displayed her reliability, initiative, passion, and ability to connect easily with students. One of Evie's first mentees, Tiffany, has been greatly impacted by Evie and vice versa. The two of them still communicate with one another to this day. Evie even altered Tiffany's wedding dress for her. Having Evie around to act as a positive female role model was crucial for Tiffany. She taught Evie the real importance of family and that family is not about blood, but about how one cares for one another. Today, Evie still continues to mentor. She now mentors a young boy named Jared, who she's been matched with for 2 years, going on 3. Evie shows the same level of commitment and dedication to all of her mentees. When her husband was diagnosed with cancer, she was no longer as available to be present with Jared, but she still valued their mentoring relationship. So she gave Jared note cards with their address so that they could write each other on the days she wasn't able to see him. She's helped to organize events and volunteer opportunities for the mentors and mentees, such as the Craft Volunteer event where Ballard Mentoring provides Thanksgiving table favors for senior citizens at the Ballard Creek community. Through raising her own 4 children and challenges in her own life, Evie stayed committed to her mentees and to Ballard Mentoring. Her selfless dedication to helping and inspiring others is something to truly admire. Please join me in congratulating and thanking Evie for her excellence in mentoring. Our last EMA recipient is Chris Schweiger from Fayette. Chris has been mentoring with the North Fayette Valley Mentoring Program for 3 years. During this time, he has been matched with a young boy named Carter, who has transformed from a shy, timid young boy into a fun, joking teenager. Carter and Chris are the most adventurous match that NFV Mentoring currently has. It's not out of the ordinary for the coordinator to receive pictures of the two of them fishing, visiting a petting zoo or college campus, participating in a squad car parade, or even pictures of Chris doing a headstand. Chris also includes Carter in community events, which Carter really enjoys. Chris serves as a great resource to Carter and his family. He is well connected in the community through his job as a police officer. If Carter's family were to ever need anything, Chris would not hesitate in getting them the support they need. Chris is also a substitute teacher. He makes it a point to check in with Carter at school. He has an amazing ability to connect with all kinds of students, which is incredibly valuable when it comes to identifying and recruiting youth that could benefit from a mentoring relationship. He's also very active in the community events and fundraisers organized by the mentoring program. He helps promote events to his colleagues and to the rest of the community and recruits others to mentor. His relationship with Carter often seems flawless, and their friendship is something that both of them envision being lifelong. Chris serves as a role model to just about anyone who interacts with him, serving and giving back to his community, helping to inspire the next generation of Iowans, and all the while having a fun time. Let us congratulate Chris with a warm round of applause. Again, thank you to all of our Excellence in Mentoring Award winners, and with that, I will turn it back over to Leah.
Thank you, Jay. Now let's begin the next phase of our ceremony. Being inducted into the Iowa Volunteer Hall of Fame is the highest state-level recognition a citizen can receive for their volunteer service. The Volunteer Hall of Fame recognizes those who give their time selfishly to benefit others and the great state of Iowa. By giving of their time and talent, they have made long-lasting positive and meaningful differences in the lives of people in their community and throughout the state of Iowa through their volunteer service activities. They have demonstrated how hands-on service can build connections between the community and those isolated from it. Their service has been extraordinary, showing innovation and creativity to some of the toughest social challenges. This year, just 5 of those nominated were selected. As you might imagine, it's an extremely challenging task to review the nominations of so many wonderful volunteers to choose only a select few for the Iowa Volunteer Hall of Fame. But let me say, we have chosen the best of the best to be honored today. Our first honoree is Maxine Benton from Wall Lake. Anyone who is familiar with Maxine knows well that she makes it a point to be active in a number of organizations and activities within her community. She has spent most of her life volunteering and giving back to others. But her service to her community goes far beyond being an active member in a number of organizations, such as the American Legion Auxiliary. She is a charter member of the Hospice Volunteer Program with the Loring Hospital Home Health Service in Sac City, now Unity Point. Later, she was part of the group that promoted the addition of the palliative care team at Unity Point. She was also a charter member of the Wall Lake Hometown Pride Committee. This group promotes economic growth, tourism opportunities, affordable housing, and a viable Main Street, to name a few. Every year, she helps with the Kids Sight program, which is a team that visits daycare centers to screen children for potential sight problems, as well as helping with the annual Sac County Relay for Life event, which is an awareness event to fight cancer. I could spend a great deal of time telling you all of the wonderful things that Maxine has done. She is a role model to family, friends, her community, for her dedication to volunteerism. She has time and time again demonstrated her immense capacity for generosity and in making a difference in people's lives at the local, county, and state levels. Congratulations, Maxine, on being selected for the Iowa Volunteer Hall of Fame. Next, let's welcome Jane Hagedorn from Iowa City. For several decades now, Jane Hagedorn has been an avid supporter of a number of amazing causes in Iowa City. She has been more than just a tremendous volunteer, but also has been a successful advocate for women. In 1980, she founded and owns B-Day Plumbers, which is operated with almost entirely female staff. She has been an integral part in opening doors to women in construction trades in the Iowa City area. She continues to support women in these roles through education, mentorships, and friendships. Jane has actively supported affordable housing initiatives through her volunteer work with the Iowa Valley Habitat for Humanity. In 2004, she took on the responsibility of project manager for the Iowa Valley Habitat for Humanity's first Women Build, a build that centered around including and educating women in traditionally male-dominated trades and tasks. Through the Women Build alone, Jane has directly helped 10 families, soon to be 11, and has impacted many more. Jane has served on the Iowa Valley Habitat for Humanity's Board of Directors and has volunteered countless hours on their construction sites over the many years, celebrating 25 years of building with her. Jane fostered a relationship between the Iowa Valley Habitat and Plum Supply Company, through which they donate all the plumbing fixtures, materials, and supplies for each Women Build, a savings of approximately $7,100 annually. She also is involved with Tools and Resources for Active Independent Living, or TRAIL, through which she assists older members of her community age. She is also a certified aging in place specialist. Jane has served as a volunteer project coordinator with Elder Services in the Iowa City area, through which she provided oversight and management on several small home repair projects, which allowed disabled and elderly residents to remain in their homes. Jane has a passion for helping others, and she puts this into action every day by unselfishly giving of her time and energy into a number of causes. Congratulations, Jane, on being selected for this prestigious honor. Now please help me recognize Carol Marty from Ames. Carol has been actively volunteering for 30-plus years. In the city of Ames, he has been doing everything from small garden projects to large-scale community projects. There are no projects too large or too small for Carol. Since retiring in 2000, Carol has joined multiple organizations and volunteers in multiple communities, channeling his energy, talents, and times in a variety of different projects. Since 2007, he has been volunteering with Ryman Gardens, where he assists the horticulture staff, where he has helped staff on various construction projects. Carol never stops. As one of the Ryman Gardens horticulturists put it, he always has one foot on the accelerator. Carol does not allow time or money or lack of resources deter him from tackling and completing a project. Carol has lent his expertise and guidance to projects for special events and has also designed and installed countless garden display fixtures for the inside and outside garden space at Ryman Gardens. He has helped the garden staff save thousands of dollars in possible expenditures. In 2010, after the Aquatic Center opened up, it was realized that not enough bike racks were installed to accommodate all of the visitors. After learning this, Carol was out early in the morning pouring concrete and installing new bike racks. In 2011, the remnants of a grill fire burned a Brookside Park shelter in Ames, causing over $25,000 in damage and limited access to the various areas of the park. Later that fall, Carol rebuilt the shelter structure, allowing Ames families, ISU students, and residents to get back to using the community park. Carol has acted as a judge and sporting director and continually provides guidance for over 2,000 volunteers who help put the Iowa Senior Games on every year. Not only does he volunteer, he has also been a competitor, a volunteer sport commissioner, and he started badminton in the Iowa Games. It is not the number of hours he contributes or the countless organizations that he volunteers with that make him so extraordinary. It is all those things plus so much more. Carol is also looking for ways to improve his community. He is dedicated to service and continuously works with organizations to improve the quality of life in central Iowa. Carol, we are honored to name you as one of the recipients of the 2019 Volunteer Hall of Fame. Our next honoree is John McDonough, who is from Cedar Rapids. For 40 years, John worked as a mechanical engineer at Rockwell Collins. While he retired in 1992, his plan for retirement did not include volunteering. Hearing that today is a little hard to believe. Since retiring 26 years ago, John has made a real mark on his community. During his time in retirement, he has helped found 2 organizations, Rockwell Collins Retiree Volunteers and the Wheelchair Ramp Accessibility Program, or WRAP. In 1997, John was one of the founding fathers of the Rockwell Collins Retiree Volunteers. The vision for this group was to connect retirees with service opportunities that supported our community needs and enriched the life of the volunteer. For over 20 years, this group of volunteers has had a reputation for innovation and a can-do attitude. Volunteers continue using their life skills, professional training, education, creative abilities, talents, and experience for the enrichment of the Cedar Rapids community. John also served on the Rockwell Collins Volunteer Board of Directors and helped establish an annual nonprofit scholarship. The charitable grant program allows the organization and its members to recognize and reward deserving nonprofit organizations in support of their mission. As for WRAP, their volunteers provide affordable, flexible home access on a timely basis for the aging and disabled populations who need safe and effective home access via wheelchair ramps and extra wide steps. Today, WRAP is a nonprofit serving more than 75 individuals every year. WRAP works with accident victims, amputees, and individuals suffering with chronic illness. Clients are people of all ages, children, adults, and seniors. WRAP lets them reclaim their freedom. John also actively volunteers as a senior health insurance information program counselor at Unity Point Health, St. Luke's. He also has helped by being the primary recruiter of new counselors in the Cedar Rapids area and building the program to the largest in the state of Iowa. John also served as a volunteer Iowa commissioner from 2000 to 2004. John is a connector and a powerhouse of action. When John sees people in need, there is not much that will stand in his way to make their life better, easier, and safer. Congratulations on becoming inducted into the Volunteer Hall of Fame, John. Now, our final honoree for today is Frank Strain from Sac City. Frank is no stranger to service. He served his country in Korea during the Vietnam War and then returned to Sac County, where his volunteering began with his church, the American Legion, as well as many different civic organizations. He served as the finance officer of the American Legion Post since 1967, starting Frank's volunteerism over 50 years ago. He has been the official groundskeeper at his church, the Sac City Church of Christ, for more than 45 years, in addition to serving as the song leader and treasurer. Frank served as the Sac County School Board Secretary for over 40 years. You can kind of see the trend here. Frank's most extensive volunteer experiences have been serving as a volunteer tax preparer with the Sac City Volunteer Income Tax Assistance. In 2008, Sac City was identified as a community that had over 10% of its population living at poverty level or below. In 2010, it became a priority to establish a VITA site where lower-income families could get their tax returns prepared and filed free of charge. While Frank and a couple of other volunteers, the VITA site became a reliable service that could be counted on from year to year to provide excellent, timely, free service. Frank has served as a tax preparer for 8 years and a site coordinator for the VITA program in Sac City for 7 years. Frank just goes above and beyond what is expected by scheduling extra appointment times, reviewing tax returns at home before filing them, and completing a majority of the returns himself. He has helped families who have not filed returns for 5 years get caught up and current with the IRS. Frank's commitment to making Sac City a better place to live is evident in everything he does. These examples of Frank's volunteer activities have helped lead to major infrastructure projects, as well as continuing improvements for the library, hospital, and the Howard Center. Frank has a heart for service and a desire to help others who have been challenged by life circumstances. We are happy to congratulate Frank on being inducted into the Volunteer Hall of Fame. Congratulations to everyone. So now, our last presentation is the Volunteer Hall of Fame People's Choice Award. A little background. The public was invited to submit online votes during the month of March to determine which of the Volunteer Hall of Fame inductees should receive extra recognition for their contributions as a volunteer. More than 3,227 votes were received. This winner's name has been kept top secret until now. Nicole, may I please have the envelope? Never done this before, it's so exciting. I am delighted to announce that the winner of this year's People's Choice Award is Frank Strain. All right. Let's have last round of applause to congratulate all of our award recipients today. Before we officially adjourn, we're going to pause for a few moments to get organized for the group photos. First, we'll have one of the Mentoring Award winners, and then one of the Volunteer Hall of Fame honorees, and then we'll take one together. So if everyone who received award could bring the award with them, please, and gather behind me at the grand staircase, and Jason will help get lined up for the photos. While we get the group photos completed, I wanted just to take a minute to thank all of you for being here today. And if anyone would like a copy of today's press release, it is available on the volunteeriowa.org website, or you can see Chad Driscoll with the staff. Chad's in the back there, so please let us know if you're interested in getting a copy of that for your local paper. So that completes today's ceremony. We really appreciate you being here today to honor these outstanding award winners. And please help yourself to refreshments behind us and enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.